Hey guys, and welcome back to the Bill and Mike Show. All right, we're about to start the third and final segment of the show, but before we get started, we may as well give you a little bit about this third beer. It's called Elsa Von Horizon. Does that look like Horizon to you? Pretty sure. Looks like an H. I don't know. It's in kind of script lettering, but I don't know. It's an Imperial. Yeah. Elsa Von Horizon. Imperial Pilsner. It's, I don't know. It's got a German Shepherd on the front of it. Looks pretty neat. I don't know. I don't see percentage on the bottle, but I really just picked it out because it looked cool.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
So have you given it a shot?
Pilsner.
Imperial Pilsner.
It pours a light, sort of a, I don't know what you call that, a gold color?
Yeah, goldish.
Definitely got some hoppiness to it.
That's very
hoppy.
It's got the hoppy.
Not a big fan of the hoppy.
You've stated before you're not a fan of the hoppy.
This beer is shit.
No, it's
interesting.
Yeah, it's different. It's strong. Feels like I feel like a man drinking a beer like this. I don't know. It's just kind of it's a little bit bitter and just like I feel like I'm drinking alcohol.
Yeah, right. It does have that alcohol burn to it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Wouldn't buy it again, but
no, it's.
I didn't buy it the first time.
Okay, so maybe I made the purchase, but whatever. Bottle go on a shelf, and it'll never be. Well,
it'll be worth a lot of money someday.
Yeah, collector's item right there. All right, well, let's dig into our favorite topic of the show.
Yeah, man.
Cops.
Sure. Cops. Welcome to the cops section. Hopefully, we won't get super pissed.
Not making any promises.
Definitely not. Guitar frets. Environmental enforcement leaves musicians in fear. As many of you probably already know, Gibson Guitars, Gibson & Co. was
raided.
Again, at gunpoint. I mean, SWAT team style raid coming in, took a bunch of shit. And all right, well, let's just look at the article. Federal agents swooped in on Gibson Guitar Wednesday, raiding factories and offices in Memphis and Nashville, seizing several pallets of wood, electronic files, and guitars the feds are keeping mum. But in a statement yesterday, Gibson's chairman and CEO, Henry, won't even try it, defended his company's manufacturing policies, accusing the Justice Department of bullying the company. Bullying? You mean the feds bully people?
Yeah, surely not, right?
What a conspiracy theorist. The wood the government seized Wednesday is from a Forest Stewardship Council certified supplier. He says, suggesting the feds are just using aggressive enforcement of overly broad laws, to make the company cry uncle. So they go on and on. What I found interesting about this article was how even people who possess older instruments that may contain unapproved of wood have to be scared about taking them out of the country because not only can they have their instruments confiscated, not only can they be fined, they can be sent to prison. And you are innocent until proven guilty. You have to show extreme documentation that what you have is okay and approved of by then. Basically set up to steal guitars, find people, and stick people in prison. I mean, just
seems like a waste of time to me.
Of course.
Big waste of time.
So over the top that, I mean, what do you even say? I don't know. But and it goes on. So yeah, it's not enough to know what the body of your guitar was made of. That it was made of spruce and maple. What's the bridge made of? If it's ebony, do you have paperwork to show that when and where that wood was harvested, when and where it came from, the bridge, and all this? You got to show all the paperwork to the government. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And facing criminal charges, yeah.
What is it? Interpretation of an Indian law?
Yeah.
Isn't it not even...
Yep. Well, this was a post on Lou Rockwell written by this guy. And... This is his opinion of the matter. Anyway, says, if I'm understanding correctly, Gibson USA and their employees were invaded by armed and armored federal tyrants, robbed at gunpoint, intimidated, detained, and interrogated sans legal representation over an Indian law, not Indian like the
Native Americans.
Native Americans, like Indian is in the country, India. Indian law and the Lacey Act. The Indian law states that legally exported wood from India must be finished in India and not in the destination country. The fact that the American artisans at Gibson, USA finished the wood, coupled with the Lacey Act, gave the D.C. mobsters the necessary excuse to shut down, slander, and eat out the substance of a growing, a.k.a. hiring, productive American company using the laws of a foreign nation. Disgusting. The upside down, the upside, more Ron Paul supporters, he says. But, so yeah, basically some vague, extremely broadly worded, vague interpretation of a foreign, not even, it's a foreign law.
I mean, on the surface, this isn't making a lot of sense. Do you think there's any, like, I don't know, ulterior motive to, like, hassling these guitar?
The musical industrial complex, maybe?
I don't know.
I mean, well, the only thing I could find was this one. CEO of Gibson Guitar, Republican donor, Democrat competitor uses.
Well, that, wood. You know.
It just still seems hard for me to believe, though.
I mean,
but
might be grasping at straws, but this, I mean, at least
some
makes,
kind of,
it's at least something.
What do they say? We'll scroll down because they just talked about that. It's worth pointing out that E. Henry, again, I want to try it. This is the CEO of, Henry E., crazy last name guy, CEO of Gibson, is a donor to a couple of Republican politicians. According to Open Secrets database, the CEO donated $2,000 to this person, as well as $1,500 to this other Republican person, as well as $10,000 to the Consumer Electronics Association, a PAC that contributed $92.5K to the Republican candidates, blah, blah, blah. So basically, he's donating to the Republicans. And the competitor, CF Martin and Company CEO, Chris Martin, I'm not good with Roman numerals.
This two-party system is just a gift that keeps on giving, isn't it? We got guitar makers battling.
Yeah,
because their horse in the race, you know, is hampered.
Customers, so let's get at them. So long time. So this Chris Martin of the competitor, longtime Democrat supporter with 35,400 in contributions to Democratic candidates in the DNC over the past couple of election cycles. I mean, could that really? But I mean, it's hard for me to imagine that it would be worth it to make such an overtly blatant abuse of power on the part of the executive, the administration. To, I mean, what does this really accomplish? And it just seems almost too over the top.
Yeah, I mean, if you're working at this Gibson, you know, I don't know if it's a factory, something, but if you get a knock at the door from some feds, do you think you're just like? I think you just laugh at first, like, okay, whatever. Is this a joke?
Yeah.
This isn't real, right? Like, I don't.
Is this real? I mean, it's totally upside down reality world. I mean, it's hard to comprehend how this is actually happening. Like, you feel like you're in a fiction novel.
Twilight Zone shit.
Yeah. Like, this is real. This is actually happening. People are actually doing this, and other people are actually justifying it. So, well, technically, I mean, how many federal laws are there now? Tens of thousands on the books. This is selective enforcement, and it's so easy. There's so many laws and regulations and rules now that basically anybody who is viewed as an enemy or dissident or any kind of thing that the people in power do not like, they can find something somewhere, whether it be a foreign law, whether it be a domestic law, whether it be anything, to go after them, raid them with guns, and these ridiculous abuse of power, and it's just accepted.
I'd say this story, I mean, even probably a lot of the ones that we talk about, they seem like something straight out of The Onion. Like, this just seems like a fake story, but it's real.
The Onion is a tamed down version of what this is. Like, The Onion has competition. This is
puts it in perspective.
Truth is stranger than fiction, as they say. Yeah. Christ. And this is the land of the free. Yep. People have the balls still to say that this is a free country. I don't understand. What country are they living in? We must not live in the same country, apparently. Oh, my. Cops confiscate cameras at Ohio Congressman's town hall. Congressman from Ohio had cops grab the cameras of constituents during a town hall meeting. Stephen Chabot? Chabot?
Chabot.
That's probably what it is. Actually, it's pronounced a Chabot. The The T is silent. Had cell phones and cameras confiscated in order to prevent an embarrassing YouTube video from making the rounds, according to Carlos Miller, who runs a blog documenting efforts by the state to stifle First Amendment rights of photographers. Here's a picture of the douchebag himself. See if we can get a zoom in on that. Oh, he looks like a good guy.
Oh, yeah. Flag just waving in the background.
Yeah, flag in the background. I got a suit on. See?
I am an American.
I care about you and your family, and hell, I just drink a six-pack like you at the end of the night. You know, I'm just like you. So what I was thinking was this guy was trying to avoid. Remember when all those crazy town hall meeting things were going on?
Right.
People screaming at their. I think he was. Maybe he was fearful of that for some reason and was trying to avoid one of those. Didn't want national media attention. Was like. It's also funny to see how he could just. How does this guy? None of this makes any sense. Okay, so the cops are supposed to work for us, and this guy's supposed to work for us, quote unquote.
Well, yeah, we elected him.
Right. Yet this is the guy telling the cops to go confiscate cameras from us.
No.
Seems like reality sort of contradicts the stupid theory, doesn't it?
Yeah, we get to say where the cameras are at.
Right?
We elected you. We're calling the shots, but it doesn't work like that.
No. I guess when you have an extortion racket, that should be expected. Anyway. You can go watch the video here. Thank you to the Soros-run Think Progress for this one. Yeah, they have cameras there. Some cameras are allowed to run. They're from the official stuff.
Yeah, they got credentials or something. Yeah. They got the right press pass or something.
Well, they're not going to question the gov.
Parts of this meeting, first telling you some things, generally congressional update, and then going through questions.
I'm documenting.
Inevitably will run out at some point. When that happens,
again,
I will stick around to be in front of a group.
Just the easy way, sir. Sir, I'm well within my rights.
Let it go.
I'm well within my rights documenting this event.
Direct order.
Not a member of the press, sir.
I'm well within my rights documenting this
Keep this
event.
peaceful. Okay?
No one, this is a public building.
Okay.
No one has a right to say that we can't utilize our phones and equipment, sir.
Sir, it says that as you come in. Okay.
It's a public building.
He does sound like the guy from Family Guy.
Yeah. What's his name?
The black guy.
I forget.
Excuse me, ma'am.
The more important
This
issues.
doesn't belong here. You can't take it.
Obviously,
They don't want you using it in here.
There's no, it's not against the law to film.
Yes, it is. That's what I've been
Told
told.
I'm mindlessly
They don't want
following
you
orders.
filming in here.
Give me a reason.
To protect the identity of the constituents.
I have every right to film
Now, do you
this.
want
Protect
I
the
have every
identity of
right
constituents.
Even though they have other cameras running
to film my
simultaneously.
congressman in a public
They
place.
told you that cameras weren't permitted in
For,
here for security reasons.
what security reasons?
Please give me the camera.
Tell me what the security reasons are. What are they worried about?
They can feed this call up any kind of
Please give
bullshit,
it to
and he's
me.
going to
Thank you.
accept it mindlessly. Go do what he's told. It's his job. It's his job.
Bunch of yes men.
I mean, and sets him on the guy's table. What a scumbag.
He's just doing his job, Bill.
It's really hard to even.
Call Chabot.
Well, I guess that phone number might have gotten disconnected or something.
Yeah,
Changed
sometimes they
that
didn't
number.
last. They didn't stay active for
Yeah.
long.
Well, how many views are we looking at here? 86,000. So yeah,
I'm sure the lines were flooded.
one. What is it? 10% called in. That's 8,000 people calling in.